All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about festive journeys all around the world. You may not be able to see it or hear it, but I am in San Diego, California, and I'm so excited because I finally had the change of scenery that I've been looking for. It is my first travel trip of 2024, though it is not my first time in San Diego. San Diego happens to be my second favorite U.S. city, so I'm super excited to be here and just get a different vibe. You know, I'm from the city. San Diego's a beach town. It's sunny and 70 every day, so I've definitely been enjoying the warm weather and just taking it all in. But today we're going to talk about festive journeys. So I think that the best way to get to know any place that you're traveling to is to learn more about the history and traditions that a place has. Now, for me, I love Carnival. I'm Jamaican. Carnival is big in the Caribbean. Trinidad arguably has the best carnival. I actually won't deny it. Trinidad does have the best carnival in the Caribbean. Brazil is known to have the best carnival in the world. But those are just some examples of what a festive journey can be and looks like. So today I want to talk to you about some of them, as in about 2.5 weeks, I am going to New Orleans. How do they say it? I think they say like Nolans. I don't know. Y'all will have to correct me. If anybody from Louisiana, New Orleans specifically, is listening to this, correct me on my accent. But New Orleans is my favorite U.S. city, and Mardi Gras is coming up in 2 weeks. And I've never been to Mardi Gras. And it's funny because whenever I travel, people always ask, have you been to Mardi Gras? Have you been to Mardi Gras? Because that's their representation, or that's their idea of the equivalent to Carnival. But I wanted to talk to you guys about New Orleans, Mardi Gras, and such. So, Mardi Gras festival takes place over several days. I will be there from February 9th to February 14th in New Orleans. And the actual Mardi Gras day is that Tuesday. And my understanding of Mardi Gras is that it is a celebration that took place over several hundred years ago, specifically by colonizers and the nobility is the word I'm looking for. But over time, of course, those who were enslaved, oppressed, indentured took to the streets as well to celebrate and also to kind of, make fun of some of the colonizers and their like outfits. So in New Orleans, it's a big deal. You see the bright colors. So the Mardi Gras colors are typically, purple and gold. So I will have purple and gold nails to show my Mardi Gras spirit, if you will. But I want to talk a little bit more about the history. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see me on my phone because I want to get things right and accurate. Mardi Gras is a centuries-old tradition that dates back to the Middle Ages. It was celebrated by European Christians as a way to mark the beginning of Lent and to prepare for the fasting period of Easter. So, during Lent, people give up something. Usually it's something that is quote-unquote not good for them. Mardi Gras, French. In French, that means Fat Tuesday, which it does. I am learning French. That's why the big day is Tuesday for Mardi Gras. What day is that this year? I think that day is going to be February 12th. No, I lied. February 13th. So the day before Valentine's Day is Mardi Gras, the actual Fat Tuesday. French means Fat Tuesday, from the custom of using all the fats in the home before Lent in preparation for fasting and abstinence. So I will not be fasting nor practicing abstinence, but whatever. The idea is that you go all out, right? You have this big celebration before things sort of quiet down in your life. And I like that. I like that because it sort of represents like balance in your life. Like you go all out, you party hardy, and then you chill out. But New Orleans is just a different place. You have to visit it for yourself to really see like how prideful the people are, how loving the people are, how cultured they are. They have French elements. There's a lot of French words, Baton Rouge or Baton Rouge is an example of the name of a major city. The capital, actually, of Louisiana. I've also been there as well. So it's just what I see it as is a mixture of cultures and culture being represented on the forefront. You have a lot of young people participating in bands, dancing, they practice for hours on end to show up and show out. It's a celebration of love, I think, of people, of culture. New Orleans has some of the best black culture I think I have seen in the world. Not that there is this sort of comparison, but New Orleans is special, I will say. I have traveled extensively, and it is special in all the right ways. Like, you just dance in the street, you got the red and gold beads, you might be drinking, laughing with your friends. And I'm just excited to just feel free. And from what I hear, that is a common theme of black women. That's a sentiment that black women want to feel when they travel. They want to feel free. They want to, let go, let loose. Like it's like that feeling when you take your brow off. It's just like, damn, I'm free. Like, I can sigh a sigh of relief. And that is the feeling that I know that I'm going to have at Mardi Gras, even though I've never been. It just emanates. When you go into the museums in New Orleans and you learn about like the history of New Orleans and the history of Mardi Gras and the festivals, you see that it's a celebration of life, of love, and it's everything that it should be. And I'm excited. Another thing about New Orleans and about the South more generally, but specifically about New Orleans, is very integrated. So you see white people out there, it's a mixture of all people. Even the word Creole means mixed. It's a mixture of white, European, black, and indigenous cultures. I just read this quick article about 5 facts about Mardi Gras, so I want to actually tell them to you. Mobile, Alabama is the birthplace of Mardi Gras, according to southernliving.com. It says Mobile first celebrated Mardi Gras in 1703, with the party really heating up in 1831, and it's still really big. Mardi Gras' purple, green, and gold colors have special meaning. Purple represents justice, green represents faith, and gold represents power. Okay, gold, I love that. The symbolism has been with us ever since. Each year, the Rex organization chooses a king of Carnival for their parade. Other crews with a K, also choose kings. I don't really know much about that history, but that makes sense because from my understanding of Carnival, like there's always like a king of Carnival, like with the artists and things of that nature. Parade floats, that's big. Parade floats began in the 1800s. The famous elaborate floats for Mardi Gras festivities actually date back to 1857, according to Mardi Gras New Orleans. In the 1830s, maskers, carriages, and horses were parading through the streets, led by celebrants carrying gaslit torches. Corporations don't participate in the parade. That's amazing. It's not about money. It's about the life, the people. Mardi Gras is a state holiday. Oh, that's amazing. So everything is closed. I'm excited about Mardi Gras. I just know it's going to be amazing. I know it's going to be amazing. And I want you guys to listen to this episode first and then come back to it. And then remember the conversation that we're currently having right now. And then watch my vlog of Mardi Gras in New Orleans and tell me what you think. And would you want to go? So let's talk about Carnival. So Carnival looks different in every country, right? Most recently, I went to Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival in 2020, right before the pandemic hit. I think I left Trinidad February 23rd or 7th, something like that. And we had a ball. Now, Carnival is known to be like one big party, but it's more than that. It's a celebration of life. It's a celebration, really, of Black people who, were once enslaved and took to the streets to celebrate life, joy, radical joy, despite being oppressed. And so I want to talk about some of the things that I personally experienced. So first and foremost, if you're going to go to any carnival, and some people call it carnival, some people call it carnival, it's all the same thing. It just depends on the country. Some people spell it differently. You need to be physically fit. It is a lot of walking. It may be even more running. And so I tried to prepare like a month before, and I died. I almost died out on the road. Like, not even kidding. I was like, I thought I was fit. I thought I was in shape. You have to start toning and conditioning your body months in advance. I would say if you are not fit, you're someone that needs to get fit, because you're going to be, walking, jumping up and down, celebrating life. Like, it's crazy. The second thing is you're going to need a pair of shoes that you don't mind getting dirty. So all countries have their form of Juve. Juve basically breaks the day. So it's a party that happens at night starting around like 2 a.m. and then goes till sunrise. And I'm learning French, so I should know what Juve means. But it means break of dawn, like break of the day, basically. And that's why you party until the sun rises. And Juve, you will have paint thrown on you. They can do mud. They do balloons sometimes, like water. Juve is madness. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely madness. And then you have Monday and Tuesday, which are like the big days of Carnival. That's when you put on like your nice costumes, and the costumes are elaborate, right? No, on what did we put on the costumes? Oh, Monday you don't wear a costume. You wear like something sexy on the road, and you just like walk. It's just like a walk. They have like different bands basically, or tribes that you can like party with, and they provide you with all the equipment, tools, alcohol, ambulance services, and that's the people that you walk with. So I don't even remember who I played. So it's like you're playing masquerading with a specific band. I can't even remember who we played for in 2020. It changes like the people or the bands change every year. But yeah, Monday you wear something sexy, and then Tuesdays that's when you wear your big costume. You see people with their feathers and everything walking on the road. And if you do have feathers, it is an additional cost. I think the Carnival now is probably like, I would say you should expect to spend around $5,000 on Carnival, and that includes your flight, your costumes, accommodations. Is really expensive. Normally Trinidad is not super expensive. During Carnival, everything, all prices quadruple, maybe triple, due to the fact that is a time where the country sees a lot of tourism. And so you need to come with money, lots of it. And maybe $5,000 is even a little low. You may even need to bring more money because things are expensive. I mean, your food will be cheap. You eat on the road, like it's cheap, couple dollars. You get you some doubles, some roti, whatever you want. When you pay to go to certain parties during Carnival, a lot of them will cater food, which is absolutely delicious. I hope I'm doing Carnival in Trinidad justice. Despite it being 4 years, it is honestly one of the best experiences I've had in my life. Go check out my Carnival series on YouTube. That is going to be amazing for you to see the madness. Every year there's like new songs that come out for Carnival, and you know, that's why I talk about there's always like a winner. The artist like with the most popular song always wins. They win a prize, I think, from like a monetary prize from the Trinidadian tourism office. So it's a big deal. It's competitive. You want to look your best. You want to feel your best. But I would say if you are going to go to Trinidad Carnival, you need to bring like, don't be like me. I thought I was wanting to be cute and wear wigs and change my hair up. You need braids. Okay, you're going to be sweating like a dog. Now, I'm not saying don't wear makeup, because that's a part of your costume, right? That's a part of your outfit. You want to show, you want to be bright. There are going to be photographers everywhere you walk, like taking pictures. So you want to look good, but you got to be smart about it. And make sure you bring a pair of sneakers that you don't mind getting dirty, because I think I left those in Trinidad. They were so gutted from Juve, and you just have to be fit. I remember just walking constantly. You meet so many locals, and the locals participate in the parades too. Of course, people play mass, you know, and they pay and they have their costumes and things. But because we're walking through the streets of Port of Spain, Trinidad, which is the capital of Trinidad and Tobago. So the locals are out there dancing and raving, you know, along with you. So you're going to meet so many nice, amazing people. You may also see people with their homes like covered in some sort of paper. They cover like their gates and stuff because they know during Juve you throw paint to like color yourself different colors, and they don't want that stuff on their property. So just be prepared of that. And it's just an amazing time. If nothing else, you go to Carnival to bask amongst Black people. Who wouldn't want to do that? Like, I want to do that in every country. So personally, one of my goals is to go to every carnival that I possibly can in the world. With a focus, my focus is on Black countries. So primarily in the Caribbean, that's where I'm starting. And so from there, we can take it to where we need to go. But I hope that you go to Trinidad Carnival. Like, that's honestly top 3 best travel experiences of my 25 country trek across the world. It might be 27 countries by now. I'm not sure. I've stopped counting. That is kind of a flex, y'all. So let's talk about tips for cultural immersion when you go to these places. So wherever you go, Mardi Gras, Trinidad, Brazil, Grenada, Jamaica, wherever you're going for your carnival or your Mardi Gras, I think that you need to be, one, of course, physically fit, but 2, you need to know your limits, right? So not getting super duper drunk to the point where you're like belligerent in the streets. You can't take care of yourself. You're falling over. That's a common thing that happens amongst tourists because they're probably not used to the culture, the drinking culture, or used to like the duration to which these things happen. But it's very important to show respect when you are visiting a country. I think it's also important to like know why you're going. Yes, you can go to party and there's nothing wrong with that, but also learn the history behind Carnival, like the celebrations amongst the slaves, like the black slaves that sought radical joy and sought something better and higher than their enslaved mind and bodies. So I would say definitely question why you're going, question your privilege, question your bank account because it's going to be expensive in most places. And also I have the biggest question is, when do you plan on going your first Carnival? My plan is to return to as many as possible in 2025. And so we'd love to have you Black women join us as we travel around the diaspora to the various carnivals throughout the world. I'm excited to learn history not only by reading about these places, but also experiencing and immersing myself into the culture while paying respect and homage to our ancestors and those that have come before us. I also wanted to talk about the connections in the community that you make. You're going to meet so many people from all across the world at these carnivals. And I think the best part about carnivals and the Black diaspora is that you meet Black people from all over. I think I met a guy from Martinique, and this is when I first had the little inkling, oh, maybe I should learn French, but I didn't know French, so I couldn't even talk to him. But you're going to meet Black people from Martinique, Black people from Seychelles, Black people from St. Vincent, Grenada. It's a beautiful amalgamation of Black people. And if nothing else, what else brings you joy? What's more joyful than Black people from all across the diaspora coming together? In my opinion, absolutely nothing. I want to thank you all so much for listening to this very short but sweet episode of Black Girl World Traveler, the podcast. On next week's episode, we're going to be talking about the power of travel, and I'm going to talk about meeting new people on travels. Now, this is arguably the best part of travels, right? You go to a place to see museums and you come away with a friend, a lifelong friend at that. So make sure y'all make sure you listen to this podcast episode and then go watch the vlogs about Mardi Gras. I will be in Mardi Gras in just a short amount of time. I'm so excited. Make sure you like this episode. Make sure you comment and subscribe if you're not already doing so. You can subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, as well as on YouTube, youtube.com/Black Girl World Traveler. And please, 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 if you do nothing else, please fill out our survey online at blackgirlworldtraveler.com. We are so excited to be hosting group travel trips to take Black women across the diaspora. But before we do so, we need your help. And so please visit blackgirlworldtraveler.com so that we can have your input. I'll see y'all on next week's episode. Peace.